Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome to the Creators Podcast. I'm actually in the room where I record the actual podcast. If you want to go and check that, it's obviously the Creators Podcast. You can find it on iTunes and Spotify and all the places that you listen to podcasts. It started off creating this room for the podcast. I needed somewhere quiet to record, and when I started messing on with microphones, I realised that you could hear everything in the background. So I thought, right, I need a room that's quiet and a little bit soundproofing and that. So I ended up putting this place together. I like DJing as well, so I put my decks in here. Now, this is kind of the subject of the video, so I'm really excited about this. This has been quite a long-term project that I've been working on. Haven't told yous about it yet, although I have made a video to do with it previously a while ago, but not uploaded it because it was just at the very early stages and needed some more stuff. But I thought, like, this is, for me anyway, this is really quite exciting, so I thought I'd let you have a look. So I'm sat in the recording studio and I have my decks there. So obviously DJing's like progressed a lot. It's evolved a lot over the years, and now it's all digital. This is all like computer based, and I don't use records anymore. I use MP3s, just like files that are on my computer, and this is called a controller, and that thing there, and it basically controls the MP3. Like I can move a track backwards and forwards, or using these jog wheels, and you've got your mixer here. So the technology's changed quite a lot, and what this video is about is DJing, but because it's another one of my hobbies, but from a different point of view. What started DJing off and made it possible for DJs to do what you hear, like it's what created DJing as we know now, really, was the Technics 1200 turntable. The original design was designed in 1973. Yeah, it was just like groundbreaking, and still is. Like, these sort of things are kind of industry standard now, but for decades the Technics 1200 and Technics 1210 turntable has been industry standard. And there wasn't a nightclub that, if you're a DJ and you walked into a nightclub and they didn't have a set of 1210s, then are they really a nightclub? So I was doing some work on, I was helping a pal out with his decks, and I realised that the top of the decks are aluminium. I didn't know this. I didn't know they were metal, but aluminium is what I engrave. I prefer to engrave aluminium because it's a bit softer. You can put a deeper cut in it. I was like, wow, these things are aluminium. Like, the build quality on them is unreal. It's just ridiculous for the sort of technology that it is, but that's why they are the best. If it's made of aluminium, that means I can engrave it. Yeah, I thought, right, I need a set of decks because I want to engrave a set of decks. I found a friend who had some 1200s for sale. So I bought those and stripped them down, and that's what that previous video is, of me stripping down the 1200s, partly because from a technical geeky point of view it's handy to know how they go together and come apart, but also it would really be the starting part of this video. Whether we actually edit that onto the start, I doubt we will, because it's probably a video in itself, but we'll maybe just get it uploaded and put it somewhere up there. But if not, I'll put that one up in the future, or rather Coobs will, because that's who does all my video editing and uploading. So I bought these turntables, I stripped them down, I took the paint off them and sanded them back to bare metal, did a little bit of polishing, and then actually I ended up going into hospital, so I sent them off to finish off the polishing. Got them back. That was like the main body of the turntable. Now which I'll show you in a minute. The reason I keep on looking over there is because they're over there. So I'll just take you over there and have a look. And this is what's called a platter. So this is where your record would go. It would sit on top of there. There's a little pin normally in the middle, and these have normally got dots around the edge. Now they sit on the turntable like this. So this is that there is the metal top of the turntable, and that's the platter on it. Now then, for those who know, you'll realise that these have not got any dots around here. Now normally these platters have got dots around the edge. What I've done is I wanted to inlay opal into this channel instead of having the dots. So I thought, yeah, great idea, but I need to get the metal out and dig down deep enough so that I can, so this is some opal here. Just put that on there. So I wanted to be able to put the opal in. Now then, let's see if we can zoom in on this stuff. So there you go, you can see the colours that are in there, right? Now this stuff's like, well, these are all shell skins, so they're actually like, these used to be alive. They were, you know, they were creatures at one point. And anyway, long story short, this stuff's around about 40 million years old, between 20 and 40 million years old. It's old. So I wanted to put this, thin layers of this, all the way around the edge. So first of all, I had to get this thing made, because these needed to go into a lathe to, I couldn't just like grind this out, you know, and I needed it perfect. So they had to go into a lathe to be spun round, and a blade to cut into that to make a perfect channel for us to lay the opal into. So before I could do that, because they wouldn't just go straight in the lathe, there's no way of bolting them into the lathe, we had to get this thing made. So this is basically I guess you would call it a hub, so that we can bolt the platter like so. That one's already got, it's already got one bolted to it. Bolt it to the hub, and then this hub can then be held in the lathe by this point here, and it be able to spin it correctly. It needs to be true, you know, it can't be wobbling or anything. So we had to get that made first before we could even put it in the lathe. Then we'd done some tests. Now the next thing first thing we needed to know is if it would work and not vibrate and run through and everything. And secondly, I needed to know how deep. Like I said, these have normally got dots around the edge. There's like, I think there's 4 rows of dots, and the dots are to indicate the speed of the platter's turning. There's a little light goes here, and and there's a light there as well. And when the dots pass it, they look like they've stopped moving, and that's when you know that the timing's correct on the turntable. So obviously I wanted to get them out so I could put the opal in, but I needed to know how deep on this channel I could go. This is an old platter that was it's had better days, and it's in better days, so we decided to sacrifice this one for the purpose of testing. So this one's actually been cut down. We put it in the machine, which was a test for the hub, but then the second test was to see how thick the metal was here. It was really difficult to measure it, so we just cut down until we actually went through. We went all the way down and right the way through the metal, so that's what that is there. That's the metal actually so thin. I could probably tear this whole thing off now. It's, look at that. The metal's so thin, it literally just comes off. There we go. Now I know people with these decks are going to be in tears right now. I've just wrecked a platter, but it was worth it because look at what I'm making. So polished opal inlay, this is going to be polished as well, and then the whole thing is getting engraved, 2 of them. So there's going to be a pair. The pattern on here is going to interact with the pattern on the main body, and there's going to be opal all the way around the edge of this. So as it passes these lights and any other lights in the where the decks are, it's really going to light up. It's going to look smart. When I started messing on with opal, one of the things that I wanted to do with opal was make it cool again, you know, like it used to be really popular stuff, but now it's not so popular, and I don't know, I just think the stuff's absolutely amazing. So for me, you know, I love opal, I love DJing, I love engraving, so this just brings three things that I love together to make something that's it's going to be absolutely amazing. So really looking forward to getting them done. So I've just got those bits back from the engineers now, the cut platters, the hub and everything. I'm really quite excited about it because it's been months. It's been a long time, kind of working out how to do it and testing stuff and experimenting and all the rest of it. So yeah, now as we move forward with this project, I will be doing videos of the engraving as well. So that's going to be the next thing really. Or maybe I'll put the opal in first, I don't know. I've not decided what I'm going to do next actually, but that's the plans. So you'll be seeing the opal go in, you'll be seeing all the engraving, and then you'll be seeing the rebuild of the decks, and somewhere along the lines you'll also see the strip down of the decks. So if any of that is interesting to you, then please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications. I'm looking to do this pretty soon because I'll get onto the next videos pretty soon, because I've been waiting a long time to get to this stage, you know. So really looking forward to getting in. I'm probably going to do I don't know what I'm going to do first. I can't decide, I'm too excited.
What am I going to do?
Either way, maybe I'll engrave one first and put opal in the other one, and then do the next one the other way around, and then I kind of get to have my cake and eat it, don't I? So yeah, that's what I'm doing with the Technics 1200s. A lot of people are going to be going, Richard, you've wrecked a set of Technics 1200s, I'd have had them. Well, you can buy them when they're done, because they're going to be for sale if you've got enough money, because there's about £5,000 worth of opal that are going into those platters alone. So just have a guess in the comments how much I'm thinking of charging for these decks. It ain't going to be cheap. You don't win anything, but it'd be interesting to see if anybody guesses. Really looking forward to getting it done, and hope you all follow the journey and watch it along with all the other things that I'm doing. Obviously we've got the it's not a van, it's a truck, the Datsun 620 project, which obviously involves a Nissan S13 drift car, and combining those two things. So that's that's another interesting one as well. And then with me random engraving stuff as well. I know I'm a little bit hard to keep up with, because I'm doing one thing and then I'm doing another, and you might even get a video of us like DJing, and you just kind of don't know what I'm going to be doing next. But that is my life, that's what I do. So and this is why I've started recording a vlog, because I ain't doing this for YouTube. This is what I do anyway. I just decided to record what I do. All of these things that I'm doing are nothing to do with YouTube or vlogging or anything. It's just that I'm doing them anyway, and I find this stuff interesting, so I figured you might as well. If anybody who's into DJing, or you know anybody who's into DJing, show them this video. Ask them what they think. I bet you they're interested in this, one way or the other, whether they love it or hate it. If they're into DJing, you're gonna want to see this project finished. Ultimately, I'd like to sell these turntables to someone like Carl Cox or Tiesto or James Hype, even though he doesn't use these things. They don't use Technics 1210s anymore, or 1200s. They're all using the CDJs and digital stuff. But every single DJ on the planet knows that this is where it all started, and these turntables are going to be absolutely world class. There's not going to be another set of decks like this, and the person who buys them will, I want it to be a superstar DJ. If anybody knows any superstar DJs, share them this video, let them see it. That's the sort of person that I want to sell it to. Those are the sort of people that buy this type of thing, you know what I mean? So these are take the piss. There's absolutely no need for a set of turntables to be like this, apart from art. You know, these ain't decks anymore. This is going to be functional art. This is going to be art that you can DJ with. They just happen to be a set of Technics 1200s. So that's how I see it. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please check in and watch the next ones, because this is going to be fascinating. The car project and the truck project is going to be fascinating too. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.